Hi guys, don't know if I'm live yet. Let me double check. It says I'm live. Here we go. Okay guys, I'm just waiting for my screen to turn live. And here we go. Skip that ad. Hi everyone. Hi Love is Gravity Between Souls 111 from UK. Welcome guys. So today I'm going to go ahead and do Capricorn's reading for June. I decided to do it live because I don't know if I've ever done Capricorn live before. I know I started a little early, but I just wanted to make sure that we have a lot of rain here, that everything was going to, the live was going to work correctly. So, love is gravity between souls. Can you hear me okay? You're the only one I see so far. Am I coming across okay? Okay, well, I'm assuming that I am. So this, I feel like somebody just made a comment. Anyways, this is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided to here we go. Now I see your comments. Beautiful. So you can see me. Excellent. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to do the reading first, and then I'm going to come back and, just read your comments, talk about the reading. I don't have a whole lot of time. That's why I didn't go live for everyone. But, I really, like I was thinking, have I ever done Capricorn live? So I thought, let's do it today. I am under a lot of rain right now. So fingers crossed the internet stays connected. But other than that, I say, let's get into it. So again, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. I know many of you are just intuitively guided, and I thank you for paying attention to your intuition, as do your guides. You could be in love with a Capricorn, and if that's the case, know that messages will also be here for you. Again, your guides know that you're here. Give a shout out to my beautiful granddaughter, Faith, who is Capricorn on December 26th. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, is there anyone else? Not in my family, but I have friends who are Capricorns. So anyways, welcome guys. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. We're going to use 4 different decks. Of course, we're going to use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom, but I'm going to use Mother Mary, not use her, but we're going to take Mother Mary over the reading. We are going to go deeper with our Gilded Tarot. And just like the other readings, I have been loving combining 2 decks together, especially these 2 decks for June. I started combining the decks in, I think it was April, but not but, and I loved it. So I thought, why not continue? So I did it for May. We're going to do it for June, and then we'll see what happens in July. So we're going to use the Psychic Tarot. That's what we're going to start with. So we'll do like a line in the Psychic Tarot, and then we're going to use the Universal Tarot. So hopefully a line of each. You know what I mean? Like a line of the Psychic Tarot, a line of the Universal Tarot, and then the Psychic Tarot. We'll see how it turns out. I'm going to bring the lid down, guys. There we go. And don't think I'm ignoring you. I just want to make sure I do the reading first. I feel like I brought the lid down too far. And then I will definitely get into the comments. So let's go ahead and open up this reading officially. As most of you know, the decks are always pre-shuffled, but Now, especially with you live, I definitely want to shuffle in with you here also. I just feel like it just helps me pick up your energy even more. And again, I know some of you are not Capricorn. Like, I feel that. So just be open. All right. Let's go ahead and begin. Capricorn. Positive movement forward. We'll take that. This person's like heading towards the sun. You know, it's also potentially a new beginning in something. So let's see what follows. Oh, look at that. Another 8. 88. Some of you may have been born in 88. I feel like 88 relates to someone. Emotional withdrawal. And then, oh my gosh, another 8. 888. Look at that. Look at that. Boy, I feel like we're gonna have to look up triple eights and see what that means. But wow. Okay, so before I even move on, let's really quick look at this. So we open up with positive movement forward, and I do feel like this person is heading towards the sun. And it's interesting, you know, maybe for a while someone has been like, you know, like in this self-created prison, but I feel like why am I in that? Well, with emotional withdrawal right before that, I may be like finally letting go of something or someone. You know, I feel like the person in the Eight of Swords, which here it says trapped in fear, it's a self created prison, and the person who created it is the only one who can uncreate it. But I feel like when you do, it's like freedom. And I feel like that's where our positive movement comes from. Interesting that lately I feel like I've been reading the reads backwards, but 888. And I will flip out if we get another 8. I mean, well, oh. All right. So we have foundation and achievements, and that came out with the Tower. So I have a feeling that for some of you, a relationship could have come to an end. And I feel like this Tower, you know, I feel like the Tower has definitely already happened. I feel like a commitment is no longer, at least with one particular person, let's just say, you know, and it doesn't even have to be like a committed relationship, like romantically, though I kind of feel that a little bit, but it is some type of emotional, you know, it's not saying emotional lost, it's saying emotional withdrawal. So emotionally, I'm withdrawing. And I feel like that's what moves me into that Eight of Swords energy, where again, I feel like really someone just took some time out. Like I just took some time out from life. Maybe I've done some really deep reflections. You know, 8 is it's a number of infinity, as above, so below, no beginning, no end. It's the energy of new beginnings. And again, we open up with positive movement forward. So, you know, something feels like it did come to an end, but and listen, I kind of feel like maybe you didn't want it to come to an end. But in the same breath, I feel like maybe it was just that time. Maybe it was time. Okay, well, let's keep going. Let's bring in the Universal Tarot. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple shuffles. Hi, everyone. Oh, by the way, I do have chat replay on because I know some people are going to, you know, you're going to make them in the middle of the reading. But also, when I am done with the live, I will probably then download the reading and then re-upload the reading and just leave the chat portion out of it. We'll see. But if you see it twice, that's why. All right. Universal Tarot. All right. We have the Devil. Well, card of Capricorn. First of all, coming under positive movement forward, we'll take it. What's interesting too is on this image, like you can see Satan's um, influence over what I would consider the lovers here. And it's a negative influence. It's illusionary energy. It could certainly also talk about, someone that I was connected with. And here I am maybe trying to raise my vibration, and maybe they're not raising their vibration. Maybe it's natural. Like naturally someone is kind of being eclipsed out of your life. But I feel like for a reason. So let's continue. But also I want to say this positive movement forward, it's for you. We have the Four of Swords. Beautiful. That tells me that you did set yourself free. Listen, I feel like for some of you, like you're overcoming a relationship, something that didn't work out, at least for the time being. I'm never going to say that relationships can't come back together, because that is the story of my life. But I feel like for this period of time, something did not work out. I do feel like emotionally, like you took it to your heart. And I feel like that's why the Four of Swords is here, to help you heal that. Sometimes people just don't know how to love right. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel. I feel like on the other side, where someone potentially, I don't know, almost like they didn't know how to love me. Or maybe they loved me, but they just didn't know how to be receptive and be giving in love. But this healing is for you. And it is healing your emotional self, your heart. But I also feel like it's healing the mind, the thoughts, the why. You know what I mean? Like for a while I probably felt pretty bad about this. Sad, no doubt. I have a feeling I potentially thought this was going to be for the rest of my life, but then it's not. And then it's not. And that sounds sad and everything, but I have a feeling we're going to have a reason to celebrate. I just get this feeling. Wow. Hello, Four of Wands. First of all, 44. So we have a full house here. Fours over eights for those who play poker. This is the marriage card. That's probably why I said that don't think, like, many people will say in the comment section, like, I'll never take that son of a bitch back, that narcissist back. Well, never in my readings would I ever suggest that, right? I would never suggest taking like an abuser back. Not that someone can't evolve, but listen, let them deal with that with their own spirit guides, right? And you get to live in your life. But listen, it can happen. It can happen, because it does look like there's potential healing over a connection. Let's see what else we have. We have the Eight of Pentacles. There's our fourth eight, by the way. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen so many eights connected in a reading before. So we get the Eight of Pentacles. And, because it's next to the marriage card or the commitment card, and because the commitment card is next to the healing card, I feel like let's just say, if this is talking about anything that's coming back together, then I feel like there has to have been some type of realization. And that realization is that I've got to be able to, and I don't feel like it's, I mean, it could be both. But I feel like one side is having this realization, that if I want this to, if I want to be in a relationship with this person, then I do understand that it does take work, right? Love is great, but love takes work. And we got to be willing, and I feel like that's what the Eight of Pentacles is saying. I've got to be willing to put that work in, but both do. And then if we are, it just grows and grows and grows. But this is interesting because I feel like, you know, first of all, these eights go down to a 4. And then we pop back up to an 8 again. But this is a good 8. But let's keep going. I also feel like for some of you, how did you overcome some of, let's just say, heartache or pain? I feel like you went into your creative self. I feel like your creative self kind of, it's like if you lose one sense, your other senses are amplified. So I feel like, maybe I shut my heart down for a little bit, but then my creativity just like came alive. And I feel like if that's the case, that was probably the purpose. Because I feel like as souls, as spiritual beings, which we are here having human experiences, I forget what I was just going to say. What was I just going to say? I don't even know. We'll see if it comes back to me. All right, we have the King of Pentacles. Interesting, King of Pentacles is mirroring the devil. So could certainly signify Capricorn. Could also be Virgo, Taurus, though. But it doesn't have to be any of that. This is someone, when they look at life, they look at a situation, they look at it from the big picture. When you think of the Queen, she's someone who's going to dissect everything. Like, I'll look at that tower and I'll dissect exactly what happened in that tower. Where the King's like, I'm just going to look at the big picture and come to an answer. This King is looking right back in the reading. So I almost feel like this King does not want to be out of this reading. Like, no, I want to be part of the reading. So we'll see. Oh, I just realized we also have 3 4s. So 4 8s and 3 4s. All right, well, there's that heartache and loss, the 3 of Swords. But let's not forget, we have the 4 of Swords right here. Listen, I feel it's one of two things. Either someone hurt you, Capricorn, or Capricorn hurt someone else. Or maybe both. We have Power, which is the Strength card. Another 8. We have Memories of Love. Memories of Love. It's almost like, if we look straight up, what's mirroring Memories of Love? The 8 of Swords, Trapped in Fear. Now we know why this person's trapped in fear. Definitely because of 3 of Swords. And it's interesting because when I see the Strength card, which is a card of Leo, by the way, it is really about courage. And sometimes I feel like it's the courage to allow myself to heal. It's the courage to allow myself to, like, step into life again. I get this feeling that two people broke up, but I have the feeling at the same time that something came in between these two, because I feel like, I don't feel like the love is gone. I do not feel like the love is gone. And this may be giving us a little bit of a clue, like if this is a relationship that potentially has the opportunity to come back together, what's the best thing I can do? I can remember the good times and not the bad times. It's not that you don't want to, I feel like at this point, I must have analyzed, right? I must have understood, why I'm trapped and why I'm in this Eight of Swords energy, in that self-created prison, and I feel like because we have so many eights and fours, I definitely feel like someone else. It's almost like you don't know what you got until it's gone. Don't know what you got until it's gone. I'm trying to think who sings that song. I feel like Scorpions. All right. Anyways, memories of love. But I also want to put on the table that, let's say this is a relationship that it is over. Let's just say it is over. Then it's signifying to you that, okay, that's over. But that doesn't mean love is over, right? Because first you get this Four of Swords. So it's healing of all these eights, except for the positive movement forward. It's healing over the Tower. It's healing the heart, but it's also healing the mind. And that's really what the Eight of Swords is. It's our thoughts. It's our thoughts. And in that energy, it's really a human condition, right? It's not really our spiritual being would be like, no. But at the same time, maybe I've learned in that energy. Okay, well, let's keep going. We have awareness, the magician. Well, there you go. I've had the awareness that I needed. And then look at this, the intuition. Intuition. Right here is the Fool's first two mentors along the journey. And because you have so many eights, there must be some new beginnings. So the first person the Fool meets is the magician. And it's to remind the Fool that you really possess everything you need to really be successful on this next journey. And then the next person the Fool meets is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess teaches the Fool, I am your GPS. I am your GPS in this lifetime. Trust me. I won't steer you wrong. It's when we second guess it, right? It's like we get the answer and then we're like, well, wait a minute, that can't be right. We second guess it. So this bottom line is pretty powerful. Some of you may have someone on your mind. And they may be on your mind. No, you may have someone on your mind, and there may be someone where you're on their mind, is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's look at the bottom of the decks. Rejoice and celebration. 3 cups. And then the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, that's what I was feeling earlier. 9 of Pentacles is, first of all, it is the card Scorpio. Not Scorpio, Virgo. But it is about, to me, it's independent success. It signifies to me that this is about seeing a material harvest after your hard work. And I do feel like some of you, it's like you moved into your creative house. And, it's interesting. It's like maybe it's something you didn't even plan. Like, I just find myself here now. Like, maybe it's like a spiritual type business. And, it's exactly how, like, I got involved in my spirituality and in tarot and spirit guides and all that came through loss. You know what I mean? It came through loss, but then here I am. I have a business. So completely unexpected. And that's what I feel for some of you. It's like this energy, as hard as it was, I feel like, okay, so it took that sense away. But then what it did, it's like it illuminated your creativity, your creative house. And through that energy, I feel like some of you have really built something for yourself that feels quite abundant. Nine of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. Lovers underneath there. Oh, and then the wheel. Interesting. So the wheel. Whoops. I keep forgetting when I'm live, I'm on the reverse. First the wheel. That's destiny. Then the lovers. Well, I said in the devil's card that I felt like there was an influence over these lovers. Now we have an angel's influence of the light. But Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost like I had to put the lovers on the back burner. Not that I even had to. Maybe I was again just following my guidance, my intuition, right? Having this awareness. Maybe I wanted to create this stability for myself that nobody could take away. I feel in the Nine of Pentacles like if we don't plant seeds, then we will have no harvest. So we need to plant seeds. Some seeds have already been planted before we even came into this lifetime. I have a feeling that's what the lovers is talking about, especially because it's connected to the wheel. Let's see what's under rejoice and celebration. Choose wisely. And the star, hope, it's called in this deck. All right, so let's just go ahead and get right into the Gilded Tarot, and let's just go ahead and figure out what all these eights are doing here. I mean, I kind of know, but I love the Strength card next to the Three of Swords because I feel like what it's saying to you is there is nothing you cannot overcome. You can overcome. Not just overcome, but if this is about a relationship that has the potential of coming back, then I definitely feel like it's important that I understand that, right? It's important that we leave the past in the past. Otherwise, are we not doomed to repeat it? But I also feel like this may be speaking about new people, someone new. But I feel like it takes you first and foremost. Some of you, you're literally bouncing back from the tower. And if that's the case, congratulate yourself. Like, be proud of yourself. All right, let's go ahead and, well, that didn't take long. Start at the beginning, but we're going to read it as a whole. All right, okay, well, I'm not taking reversals today. I know some people get mad when I say that, but between me and my guides, before I begin a reading, I talk to my guides. I tell them I'm doing Capricorn's reading. And I tell them I know some people are going to come who aren't going to be Capricorn. Like, I have a conversation. I let them know whether I want to do reversals or not. It's not that I remember that they're reverse, but yeah. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. Have a feeling that's communication coming in. We have the Five of Swords. over emotional withdrawal. So it's definitely showing you how something became toxic. Some type of an emotional situation, it did turn toxic to you. You know, it's almost like I didn't have a choice but to walk away. And it does not have to mean love. You know, it can talk about family, it can talk about a job, right? It's just someone's energy or people's energy that just not meshing with yours anymore. And why? Well, maybe because you evolved and others haven't. And I feel like as we evolve, what is not evolving with us is slowly fading out of our lives. The problem is sometimes we don't allow it, but it is showing how things did become toxic. 5 is also about change, and then a new beginning with an 8. All right, let's keep going. 4 of Cups over the 8 of Swords. Interesting, because this is really about discontentment and boredom in one's life. You know, I'm not really satisfied. And it makes sense over the 8 of Swords. Like, maybe, yeah, I wanted to protect myself in the beginning, but now I kind of feel trapped there. But listen, this person is receiving a cup right there, coming down from the heavens. And what they're being asked to use is their spiritual discernment relating to that cup. You know, I feel like I'm a little tired of being in this state of worry. I'm a little tired of holding back from the way I want my life to look. You know, I feel like, yes, I feel like some of this was outside of your control. And the only control you really have over it is whether to stay or go, whether to accept it or deny it. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Interesting, inspired action. So even though it's coming over the Tower, but also foundation and achievements, it's mirroring the Knight of Swords. So I do feel like this is like a ring, you know, whether it may be an opportunity. You know, like I feel like for someone, I feel like someone is seeing your work and then they get ideas of like working with you, collaborating. And that may be what moved some of you into this creative state. But for others, this could certainly talk about some type of passion just coming in through this communication. Oops, sorry. I know some of you wear headphones. I try not to slam my cards down. All right, let's keep going now. I can see mirroring energy already. All right, beautiful. The sun. Double Leo on the board, by the way. This is the ruler of Leo. The sun really signifies a new day, a brand new day. You know, to me, the sun is about laughter, playfulness, joy, allowing myself to be free. You know, it reminds me of when I was a kid. And even though we really weren't free, right? We had parents. It just reminds me like when I go out and ride my bike and how free I felt. Some of you, you may be thinking about like your younger years. Not that you're old, but you know what I mean? Like thinking, remembering. Do you feel that like a remembrance? I wonder if this is someone that you don't even expect to reach out. I kind of feel like you don't expect them to reach out. But let's keep going. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands. Interesting. over the Four of Swords. So we have the Five of Swords and now the Five of Wands connected. Five of Wands, a lot of fighting. Five of Wands, a lot of drama. Five of Wands, no one's backing down. And, you know, if I'm looking for an apology in this energy, I'm not going to find it. Now, should I apologize? I kind of feel like kind of feel like someone's leaving me no choice but to leave them. I feel like the sun's illuminating that for you. It's almost like you didn't have a choice, you know, because maybe it just became that bad. Now, if something became that bad, though it is over the Four of Swords. So again, I'm not going to leave out the fact that it could be a healing of a relationship, but man, if that's the case, then this really needs healed. That's difficult energy. And maybe that is what the sun's trying to point out to you. Like sometimes we miss someone just because we're lonely. And, you know, I've been there. We've all been there. But it doesn't mean that it's good for us, right? And many of you know my story, but I feel like I have to tell you just a little snippet of it because this fits where I was in a relationship for 25 years. I mean, we're still good friends, don't get me wrong, but I ended it. It just, you know, the love was gone. And I had a moment, it was like 2 weeks in where I had left and got myself an apartment. And it was like 2 weeks in, I started to get a little lonely. And as a Virgo, I normally do not get lonely. And I picked up the phone to see if my ex wanted to come over. And that's when Sam beeped in. And for those who don't know, Sam was my first love. But he beeped in, and then I said, hang on a second. I went back to my first call and I said, never mind, I don't want you to come over. And then I went back to Sam, and we never stopped talking after that. So I feel like that must relate to someone. Okay, well, let's keep going. Six of Cups over the Four of Wands. Six of Cups, Six of Cups. I have a feeling someone's thinking about you, and I have a feeling if you're not thinking about someone, then I have a feeling you may start. The Tower. It's almost like synchronized energy. Let me put it this way. And by the way, I did not try to make this a love reading. And I'm not even saying it's a love reading. I think it's a little bit of everything. But I do feel like what you may find through this Knight of Swords, again, because it's mirrored by the Ace of Wands, I feel like it almost feels like butterflies. Like this communication gives me butterflies. And I don't know how this can't be someone from your past, because I feel like these are two people who are really reflecting, remembering someone from their earlier days. And I have a feeling that both of you have gone through these tower moments. Of course, we've all gone through tower moments, but what I feel is like the synchronicity, and that may even be a future conversation. Towers coming over the King of Pentacles, but it still has the Ace of Wands above it, and it's got the Magician below it. All right, let's keep going. I get this feeling slowly but surely something's coming together. And I feel why it's slow is because the eights in the beginning of the reading are really what needs to be dealt with, right? Especially the Eight of Swords. If I don't set myself free, and again, it doesn't mean I'm completely healed, because I don't know if we're ever completely healed. But it just means I'm no longer willing to accept the limitations I'm putting upon my own life due to someone else's energy. And I also want to add in because I am talking about Sam and I, it was so unexpected. And it was 40 years later. We dated when we were teenagers. And I'm only saying that because I feel that energy here, you know? Now, it doesn't have to mean this is 40, like there's 40 years between this. No, not at all. Whoa. Almost went off the table. 7 of Swords over the 3 of Swords. So look at that. Somebody was untrustworthy anyway. This is the meaning of the card is the Thief in the Night. I feel like certainly you can talk about someone who is untrustworthy. Doesn't have to mean someone cheated, but definitely lying. And maybe that's what caused all these fights, right? There must have been someone you couldn't trust. And to me, it's a terrible energy to live in. I said this in Sagittarius' reading, where this is the first time in my life with a man where I feel like I can completely just let go. I don't have to worry that he's cheating on me. Like, it doesn't even enter my mind. It is the first time I've ever had the luxury of that. But it is showing why your heart was broken. Or theirs. Ace of Swords over the Strength card. 5 of Cups over the 6 of Cups. Look at that. We'll come back to that. The 9 of Wands over the Magician. Awareness. Also intuition. The High Priestess. That's kind of beautiful energy. Because in the 9 of Wands, I'm really reflecting upon my own life. I'm really, really reflecting upon, at least the last chapter, because I feel like our lives run in 9-year chapters. So I'm reflecting upon, and what I'm looking at is my own responsibility. There's nothing that I could do here, because I feel like there's no way I could talk this person into being like legit, into being truthful. I just feel like there's nothing I could do because maybe that's just who that person is. And I don't feel like, I did say earlier where I felt like it could be a healing of a relationship, and that can still be the case, but man, that'd be a lot of healing that would need to take place. But I won't leave it off the table. But what I'm really feeling is this is talking about, because we have the 5 of Cups, that's mirroring that 8 of Swords, also the 4 of Cups. And remember, in the 4 of Cups, you're being offered a cup, but it's coming through the 8 of Swords energy. Will I accept it? I'm not happy. I'm certainly not satisfied with my life in that energy. Doesn't mean all elements of my life. But because there's a cup being offered, I do feel like it's mainly talking about my love life. So 5 of Cups can be, because it's mirroring that 8 of Swords, the woe is me type of energy. Not that you don't deserve to say woe is me, but we only want to do that for so long. Because again, a 5, change. And I know a lot of you are going to already know what I'm going to say. When this person does make the change, when I no longer am in that energy of like, oh man, love sucks, everything goes wrong. And instead, maybe I'm just not even looking for anything. But when this person does make that change, when they do break themselves free, there's 2 cups that sit right behind them that they just really don't know. They don't know about. It's not until that change happens that those 2 cups are revealed. just so happens it's coming between the two sixes of cups. And then hello, judgment. There's no time to wallow in our sorrow. There's no time to block the potential of what wants to come in. This is about a rebirth. And this is your spiritual team that's calling you to the present moment. You know, how are they doing it? Through your intuition. Signs. Trust them. You know, and then I feel like if someone is just on your mind, again, I know I told my story and it was 40 years, but I don't really feel that here. Could be, but I don't really feel that, you know. But I feel like this is about a rebirth. Present moment, mirrored by the Ace of Wands. And again, this is your spiritual team. Like they're blowing the trumpet, like, I need to get your attention. And I have to say, what this kind of reminds me of is like the first half of the year, because I feel like the first half of the year was difficult for a lot of people. I don't know. I don't even know why. Just like the energy had just been difficult. Not that there weren't some good things, but I do feel like, and you know what I feel like after the total eclipse, I feel like energy started to change. Energy started to evolve. We evolved. You know, I feel like things that were no longer working kind of got eclipsed out of our life, sometimes whether we wanted it or not. But I feel like why? Because something, you know, I hate to say better, but listen, if I was dealing with someone in the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Wands, then the word would be better. All right. I want to just, before we, well, the reading's not over yet, but I want to look at this Five of Cups. It's coming between, literally says memories of love. But there's two of them here. So it's not one person. It's two people. So tell me a little more about that. Like, I feel like I don't even need to look back because I get it. Page of Swords. Wow. Well, to me, a page can certainly represent someone of my younger years. You know, someone I used to know. Someone that I used to know. A page to me is also what's in the atmosphere. Might not have reached me, but it's like it's in the air. And you might be able to pick up on that. Some of you, it literally, you just start thinking of someone out of the blue, and they're thinking about you. And I feel like that's just the way it was meant to be. On a spiritual level, that's just the way it was meant to be. Swords can represent, well, they do represent Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm trying to think, do we have any of them on the board? But I don't want you to just focus on that because it could really represent anyone. I feel like it's really representing potential communication. We have, look at this, another page. Together. Page of Pentacles. Wow. Capricorn. Capricorn, you're reconnecting with someone. You're reconnecting with someone. It's like there's just no other way for me to read this. And it's like your spiritual team is pointing that out to you. And I feel like your spiritual team is also saying, you know, this is something you're going to feel. So you want to trust your intuition. And not just that, but it's being guided. It's, you know, it just feels like it's meant to be. And sometimes we have to go through hell. So then when heaven reaches us, we appreciate it. Like, this is hell, no doubt. This feels kind of like heaven, but on earth. 2 pages, 2 sixes of cups. We do have the 4 of wands under one of the 6 of cups. Definitely talks about commitment. Looks like maybe one ended. But again, I don't know how it couldn't have ended. It just feels like the energy just got so bad. And, it makes sense that I would protect myself for a little while. Just kind of like pull myself out of the world, do my own thing. And again, I feel like that's when inspiration set in. It's like that caused me to change another part of my life. And maybe I just so happen to love what I do now, even if I'm just beginning. And I often feel when we get lost in our creative house, all of a sudden, like good things start coming our way. All right. Is there anything else I want to look at before I go to the comments? And again, I'm not ignoring you guys, but I want to put all my focus on your reading. Let's just go right across the board. So anything else that wants to come out, please come out now. Hello, Knight of Wands. It's like you're being swept off your feet. Passion. Fast moving. But it is passionate energy. I literally feel like you're getting swept off your feet, but in the best of ways. And I often feel a knight will complete their mission. I don't care if you're in the 8 of Swords. I'm still going to complete my mission. Six of Wands. That's the energy of victory. Being victorious. I feel like for some of you, it feels like a shoulder I can cry on. It feels like someone who will listen to all this hurt that I've been through. And I do feel like they listen, like they feel like a shoulder I can cry on. And even though I feel like they've gone through similar energy, it still feels like they come in and they're the ones, yeah, I just feel that. I feel like they're a shoulder to cry on. And it's almost like, go ahead, get it all out. Get it all out. Queen of Swords, well, okay, then I will. Right? Queen of Communication. That's what I'll do. I love the white doves all around her. This queen, and I do feel like you're all characters on the board unless we feel otherwise. But I do feel like, this queen, it has regained her voice. I feel like this queen has made a realization that I have lived in lies for so long. Right? Someone just kind of shut down my voice. And again, I know what that is. I feel like it's from the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords together. Because no apologies are happening. It does to me represent purity. All right. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Well, the fine art of give and take. Very compassionate type energy also. Some may have found themselves like attracted to someone who, was a little bit broken. And, unfortunately for, many of us do this where we feel, well, we're going to help them, right? We're going to help them evolve. We're going to help better their lives, but that's not what they want. You know what I mean? It's like not what they want. We just think that's what they want. So we give, we give, we give, we give, and they just take and take and take and take. I feel like now what you found is, first of all, it's no longer the energy you want to be in, right? I want to be with someone who easily can give, but it's also learning really to be receptive to it also. Very compassionate type energy. So this night is also compassionate, but I also feel so are you. Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. Interesting with the Nine of Pentacles, right? We have the Eight of Pentacles somewhere also. And the Eight of Pentacles could be the beginning, and Nine of Pentacles could be ultimately reaching independent success, at least good enough. Doesn't mean I'm rich, but it means I can pay my bills. I can take care of me. And now we move into the 10. Well, I don't feel like we're alone in the 10. And I know as a Virgo, I'd rather see the 10 of Pentacles than 10 of Cups. I'd rather see them both. But 10 of Pentacles to me, because I feel like it's a house of loyalty. It is the house of abundance. And it tells me that who's ever coming in, like, they're not a bum. They have a job. They care about being, successful, but not to the point of, I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I mean, like I want to be able to take care of those I love. We have the Page of Wands, my risk taker, kind of like taking a leap of faith. We have the Two of Pentacles versus the Two of Swords, and that's what I feel like. It's versus. Two Pentacles, oh, wrong side. Oh, still wrong side. Two Pentacles to me, they call it the Juggler's card, but I feel like it's more about using your logical mind to decide if this is what you want, because ultimately it is your decision, versus the Two of Swords. Two of Swords means, and listen, I feel like even the Two of Swords still exist. I still feel like this person is going to help you see things in a different light. It's almost like I gave so much effort here that I'll be damned if I want to give that much effort again. But then lo and behold, somehow, some way, someone comes back into my life, and I don't feel like it's a Seven of Swords person. Maybe if that's what you want, but I'm not sure why you'd want that. Because we got the Six of Swords or the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups twice with the Five of Cups over it. I feel like this is someone that you probably haven't talked to in a while. And I do feel like it does feel like the energy of like kind of being swept off your feet. We know that there's passion that's attached to this energy. It's mirroring the Knight. So we already know the passion, like if it's a phone call, like immediately it's like the butterflies. If we meet in person, same thing. Like, oh, I may fumble my words, right? But it's a good feeling. Your spiritual team is saying, don't block opportunities because of past people, because of people who just didn't know how to love you right. They'll have their own karma to deal with. But what if we tell you that there is someone who can love you completely and you them? Would you then accept it? And I feel like your head is like slowly saying, okay, I think so. I think so. I feel like you will. All right, let's take Mother Mary over the reading. I feel like from the readings I've done so far, and I think you are the seventh one for June, um, I do feel like June's going to be a very romantic month. But I'm also seeing a lot of abundance in people's readings. And I feel like in yours, it kind of feels like I accidentally stumbled across, a certain field or like I don't know, like something presented itself. And listen, it's probably your spiritual team giving you, like, helping you find your way out. But it again feels like it's through your creative house. All right. Optimism. Optimism. I expect good things to happen, and they do. I expect good things to happen, and they do. It's like your spiritual team, along with Mother Mary, right? Optimism. Optimism to me means I'm living in the present moment. And I understand that it's the seeds that I plant that are going to determine my future. My seeds that I plant, along with my guides, that are going to determine what my future is going to look like. Why do I want to give this person power over my life? My life. That's what your spiritual team is saying. It's your life. Do not think that miracles cannot happen. Do not think that because one love went bad, that another love won't show up. Do not think that things cannot, most things are unexpected, especially love. But yet, I feel like in a way, you're being protected. But I'm not even sure that's a word. Like, I feel cushioned. The word cushioned, like there's nothing to fear here. I do like that the Eight of Swords went down to the Two of Swords. And I feel like whoever this is, again, in the Knight of Swords, I feel like is the communication. The Knight of Wands is the passion that just rushes in. I feel like they can get through that Two of Swords, no problem. Again, because I feel like they're going to be your shoulder to cry on, and you theirs. Reminds me of a James Blunt song. One of my favorite songs, but I haven't heard it in years. Yeah, I was going to sing it for you, but I won't. I won't do that to you. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to let that be. I expect good things to happen, and they do. I thank you all. I love you all. And my prayer for you is that the utmost energy finds you and you allow it in. I feel like you know the difference now. Like if anyone comes towards me and carries like I don't even need to go into it. I feel like you just know the difference now. Like I can feel it. I can trust it. And I'm learning to trust myself. And that is everything. All right. Thank you guys. All right. I'm going to go to the comment section, but let me just clean a few of these cards up first. I go a little crazy when there's cards everywhere. So I just want a little order. And I know I said Tuesday I was going to go live for questions and answers, but I just couldn't do it and I felt bad. So I think tomorrow I'll go live just for question and answers. Let's put this back in a little bit of order. Okay. So love is gravity between souls. 111. I love that. Hi, John. Hi, Dawn. Long time no see. You're so happy. Hi, Free Will 1111. It's funny, the ones, because my email is Sandy Howard 111. I think it's 111, might be 1111. Hi, Robin. Hi, Angela. Hi, Faith. Hi, Robin. Yes, free will, abundance. Oh, 888, abundance, prosperity, and financial success. Amen. We'll take it. Are my butterflies red flags? I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like you're meant to feel them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I get a feeling like if I don't feel any butterflies, that might be my red flag. And I'm just using butterflies, but you know what I mean? Like where I feel giddy and playful and like, I remember when Sam called me, like I was like, holy shit, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, and there was nothing to do but talk. So no, I wouldn't be afraid of butterflies. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Ken. You're very welcome. Hi, Carolina. Thank you with all my heart. Sending you love and gratitude from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. You guys, it's interesting because um, I know there's been like catastrophes all over the world, but I did read about Brazil also. So I'm glad you're safe and everything. You've been seeing 1010 a lot, Leslie. It's interesting because I see 3 3 in our readings all the time. This is the first time I feel like I haven't seen it. But what do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eights, and 1, 2, 3, 3 fours, 3 fours, and 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I'm looking at all that. Angela from Scotland, welcome. It's interesting because I do share my videos on Reddit, and I often wonder when I see you guys from another country if you've seen them on Reddit or not. 555 also. I feel like the fives have got to mean change, right? But these changes, like how can we deny them? I'm just looking around the board. I don't know if I mentioned before, but I like how the 3 of swords, I mean, I don't like the 3 swords, but I do like how it's mirroring positive movement forward. So I do, again, I feel like this is like this just feels night and day. And I feel like we can't like get mad at ourselves for connecting with someone, because sometimes people like I feel like we have to allow people to show us who they are, and they will. But listen, sometimes I know I ended up with some shitty people. Um, and I know I was trapped in fear for a while, but I also know that I broke free. So I get all of it. "2020 here in the UK. 2020, what is that? 2020. It's 3:20 here. You live at number 8. And I feel like we definitely got to pay attention to the synchronicities, right? Especially, well, I picked it up, but with judgment coming out, right? Calling you to the present moment, these eights, right? Clearing them, allowing oneself to have these new beginnings. You know, for some, it could be like even a marriage that didn't work out. The tower came over it. But I still feel like that tower, and I often feel this in a reading where, yes, the tower, it hurts. It's just, disruption. It's endings. Sometimes it's endings without us asking for those endings. But I feel like as time goes by and we do set ourselves free from this past energy, and as that night starts moving in, I often feel we go back and we look at that tower and we say, "Oh my God, thank God that tower came in." Because if it's talking about a relationship, it is night and day. Night and day. Like like I spent maybe 8 years with a narcissist. Maybe I wanted to change him, maybe I tried, but that's never going to happen. Even your spiritual team would be like, stop trying to change them. They are who they are. You be who you are. It's been rough. Your partner suffers from PTSD. Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. You're separated right now. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Um, you know, sometimes we have to love people from afar, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we just have to love them, even like parents, children, sometimes we got to love them from afar. Love is deep but painful. Well, it is. I agree. But it can also be beautiful too. That's the thing. It can be both ways. And I feel like, and that's something that we're learning here on earth as spiritual beings, is not to allow like past loves to really allow anything or anyone to like stop our own blessings, stop what our souls came here to really accomplish. I don't feel like these two, I don't feel like it's just like out of the blue type of energy. No, because if we went back, we saw the lovers and then we saw the wheel. Oh, strength card. And then also the star. Oh, and then the ace of swords. I could just go on and on and on. I should have read it backwards. Did I look under the three swords? I did. Choose wisely. And then, yeah, the star. Excuse me, the star. All right, guys. Well, let me read. My second name is held. I have always lived by that. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. Held? Healed. Okay. That's so weird. My mouth cannot say certain words. Healed. And we gotta allow ourselves to be healed. That's the thing. Like, we gotta allow it. Um, and then I feel like, because I do feel like this is about love, like real love. And I feel like we also got to remember that even in real love, like Sam and I can fight like cats and dogs. He's Italian, I'm Irish. We both want our points, across, but we've learned that, we've got to back down. You know what I mean? We've got to work it out. We're not going to leave each other, because I have packed my bag a few times. I've been here now going on 5 years. But that was my own fear. And I knew that. And and he got me through that. And that's why I feel like sometimes people can help heal us, because clearly I wasn't completely healed. It was after I lost my son. Um, and I really just wanted to shut down from the world. Do I think the divine put Sam in my life? 100%. 100%. And I feel like that's how God works. So, anyways, um, thank you guys. I love you. And again, you may see the video twice because I'm going to upload it or download it and then upload it. And then, because I know some people don't want the comment section part, so I may clip that out, but I'll still have the live chat replay is on. So that'll still be available, but we're also going to do it, so I can put it in the playlist for June. Anyways, I want to thank you guys. Truly, um, I love doing these readings with you here. I've got to do more often. I was just so afraid because we have so much rain, thunder, that I was going to get kicked offline. Because yesterday I got kicked offline like 3 times. So I just thought, let's give it a chance. But it's going to clear up. So I think tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Thursday. Thursday or Friday, we will go live and I'll just do question and answers. But I thank you guys for joining me for Capricorn's reading. Um, again, I know some of you aren't Capricorn, and that's okay. Understand that this reading is still for you. Like, that's really what I want to get across to my channel. Yes, I'm reading for a sign, but I'm also reading for everyone at the same time. At least that's how I work. Anyways, I love you guys. I thank you. I will see you next time at the table or at our lives, hopefully tomorrow. Bye bye, guys. Have a great rest of your day.